Oh, hey y'all, how's it going? Fatty here, and thanks for joining me on another video. Today is going to be a complete taming spawn guide, complete overview of the Rhyniognatha, and this is a really cool dino. It's going to be what people are going to call the Sky Giga, just because it can like really pick up anything like big, from parasaurs to rexes, which is really going to give this the PvP advantage. But let's not waste any more time and just jump into it. So first off, I looked at several different maps using the S Plus transmitter just to do a dino scan to see what spawns are coming up, and unfortunately a really only island came up as one of the maps that came up with one, and there was 2 spawns. I did this a couple times with dino wipes, and only one other time did I get them to actually spawn up, so they are going to be a pretty rare spawn. But on the island, at very least, they're going to be in the waters surrounding the redwood forest, either on the swamp side or as well as on the volcano side. I had them both spawn there as well. So if you are lucky enough to find one in these areas, what you're going to need to do is at very first kill just one of them. When you do kill them, you're going to get a pheromone, very similar to how the Reaper does. You get that, and it doesn't attack you. With this pheromone, you're going to force feed it to a dinosaur. Now, if I would tell you guys any dinosaur, just like the trailer kind of came out, I would use a trike. Stegos do not work. It will not impregnate a stego, or the stego won't even take the pheromone if you try to force feed it. Trikes, though, are really nice because it doesn't attack you physically. It'll just attack the trike. It's a, dino that you're already going to have that's going to be able to tank a lot, and you're going to be able to shoot off the back. Now, I was reading a lot of different mixed things about people saying it would only attack if it was on lower health, and I did notice that too. I did this a few different times, and it seemed like the master number was below 50% for me. These were all really low levels, so they kind of got shredded a little bit when I shot him with a shotgun on the back of the trike, but it seemed to do a pretty well amount of damage. So I would just recommend going out with a trike and a shotgun, hurt it to about 50%. You could kind of do it the similar way to the Reaper, just get it a little bit lower. If you start to see blood on it, just stop shooting it and let it just attack the trike. Now, as you see on the screen here, it did attack the trike, and I did get the best thing I would call it is an impregnation, just kind of like the Reaper does. And then you're going to see 2 different timers. You're going to see the timer for when it's actually going to hatch, and then a timer for cravings. Now, for my craving, it came up with a Quetzal egg. I've also seen people say that it comes up with different kinds of kibbles, and it also does come with like sweet veggie cakes, but I'm glad I saw this one with the eggs. I haven't seen people talk about that it just requires a random dinosaur egg. So that's a really interesting one in my opinion. But once you do tame it up, they're really cool. I did have a weird kind of glitch, so hopefully maybe one of you guys can kind of explain, and maybe somebody else has a fix for this. But I did notice my juvenile was starving, and if I force fed it meat, it would gain HP and food, but then it would just kind of jump back down. So I don't know if you have to feed this something else. I do know it does require sap to do the resin part of all those different attacks, which we'll get into in just a minute. So maybe you have to feed it sap. I don't know. I didn't really mess around with that part too much about raising it. So I would have some sap just in case. Maybe it is just meat. Like I said, this was just kind of a weird glitch I had. When I looked at other people, they said just meat was raising there. So I don't know if this was something that was just weird on my end or not. So just have meat, have sap. You guys should be fine on that end. So the great thing about this one, it is going to be a game changer for PvP. So if you're a PvPer like me, I really crave the OG wyverns, the poison wyverns, lightning, and the fire wyverns, because they can pick stegos, and that just is a game changer, right? Stegos kind of wrecked the game there for a while because people would just charge it and just blow up bases, but having wyverns that can pick them and take them away have been such a huge thing. Now you can do that with parasaurs and rexes with this new thing, so that is going to be just huge. Like when you get the stego tex rex rush, being able to actually take the tech rex and not just like one of the soakers that they can easily pop back out. Or a lot of people early game now, I've noticed, have been doing like racer rushes with boxes to C4 things. So being able to get one of these guys, because they're not terribly difficult to get earlier game, can really just save you completely. Also, as well as the utility of being able to move different things of your bases, early game is going to be nice. If you're not playing on like unofficial servers where you can just pick up your stuff, and you're playing early game and you kind of set up in an early game spot and you want to move into a cave, you're going to be able to move the stuff over there as well, which is amazing. Now on some of the cooler stuff. So if you are flying around, besides just the pick function, and depending what the controls are, it pops up on the screen depending if you're Xbox, PC, or PS4. So I'm not going to go over the controls. You guys can just see that on your screen as soon as you tame them. But the unique thing is it does have 3 fire modes. If you look really careful in the bottom of the screen, as I filter through them, there's 3 different ones. There's like the one that you saw in the trailer that shoots like the machine gun kind of bolts as it, and it is the one that just looks like a harpoon. There's going to be the glob, which also was shown in the trailer, which is the one that has this big arch. When you shoot it, kind of has an area of effect, and it does the most of the, I guess I'm going to call it the resin casing on the dinosaur. So if you see those little dots above it when I'm shooting it, if you get that full up, it will just kind of freeze, almost like a snow owl dive does, or a mana after you shoot it for a while. So it does this kind of sap freeze, and if you get all of those dots, it will get them all the way. So when you do the lob effect, that one is going to give you the most of those dots, or have the most kind of, like I said, the resin encasing effect. And then you're going to have this last one, which has a lock on. It's going to be a lot like the homing rockets for everything else, or the rocket launchers. And you can actually lock onto your targets, which is really nice. So if something's a little bit faster, you're going to be able to lock on and still hit it with those shots. And it's going to be a really nice dino. It's going to put a lot of PvP pressure on offense. You know, you're going to be able to do a lot more defensive kind of things with this dinosaur. And it's going to be a huge game changer. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I will be doing another video as this kind of comes out a little bit more about different metas, as well as traps for it. I noticed a lot of people on live streams I was kind of jumping through were trying to trap it. When I was doing it, I didn't really see a necessity to trap it, because it's just going to come in and out. If you're using a trike, you're going to have enough HP on that trike, as long as it's not a fresh trike. If it's imprinted, right, it's like a soaking trike that you have for your tribe, you're going to be more than fine using that and just shotgunning it, and it's going to stay aggroed on you, so you'll be fine. I will mess with traps because it just seems like something people are kind of curious about, as well as anything else. Spawn maps for everything else as that information comes more available. Like I said, I tried to do it with the S Plus transmitter, but I couldn't get them to spawn even with a bunch of dino wipes. So it's just something I'm going to have to kind of, you know, as servers come out and, you know, people are playing with it more, kind of adapt to. I will update that as well. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.